Alright, let's do a little book haul, shall we? I got 3 horror books and 1 non-horror book, 1 fantasy book. Hopefully the wind isn't too loud right now. First book I got is The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I've heard a lot about this series and have been wanting to read it. I know it's quite a long series and there's multiple different series within the series, but really excited to read this. It was half off, so figured might as well get it while it was on sale. And then the rest are horror. So starting off, I got a little short read. This is less than 200 pages, I believe, and this one is We Have Always Lived in the Castle. And I read a review on Goodreads that was talking about how it reminded someone of Fantastic Mr. Fox in a way, and I love Wes Anderson movies, especially Fantastic Mr. Fox. Might be my favorite movie ever, so I picked this one up as a good short read because the other 2 are very long. So the first horror book that I got is 11/12/63, quite a large book. I think it's about 900 pages. I haven't read any Stephen King books before, so I'm really excited to read this one. I know that there's also a show about it that's very good, but yeah, very excited to read this one. It seems like a really interesting story. And the final book that I got is Stephen King's It. Probably as big as a book can get, but I'm very excited to read this one. It's, I know, some people's favorite book ever, but I've also heard that it can be pretty gruesome at times, so I'm a little bit curious to see just how bad it'll be at certain parts. I've also never really read scary books. Never really read scary books, so I'm not even sure how bad it's gonna be because I don't really have a frame of reference. Could be good or it could be bad, but in my mind right now I'm like, it can't be that scary. So we'll see if I'm wrong there. I thought these books look like sunshine, so taking some photos for Instagram with them. So last night I finished We Have Always Lived in the Castle. It's a very quick read, it's about 150 pages. This was my first, I guess, horror book that I've ever read. Like I said yesterday, I'm a bit of a baby when it comes to that kind of stuff, so this was me kind of dipping my toe in the water, and the water was warm, the water was fine. I really liked the narrator's voice, our main character, Mary Cat. I wasn't too creeped out until I finished the book and then went to the bathroom in the dark at midnight. Then I was a little bit, creeped out, but overall not a super scary book, just more eerie. But yeah, like I said, I love the main character's voice. She spoke like a child, even though she's 18. And we learned that early in the book, but you kind of forget over the course of the book just because of how she talks about things and describes things. It reminds you a lot of childhood and how you looked at the world. At least it did for me. I actually bookmarked this one section that I wanted to just show as an example. And I really liked how the author made that come through, the childlikeness of Mary Cat. So she says, "Here's a treasure for you to bury," Constance used to say to me when I was small, giving me a penny or bright ribbon. I had buried all my baby teeth as they came out one by one, and perhaps someday they would grow as dragons. With my marbles and my teeth and my colored stones, all perhaps turned to jewels by now. I just loved that. It really reminded me of when I was a kid and the magic of ordinary objects. I could totally see myself doing something as silly as burying marbles and thinking that one day I'd be able to dig them up and they would be gemstones, you know? The world had that kind of ephemeral power when you're a kid. It's like anything is possible, but by the end of the book, that notion or that quality of our main character kind of takes an eerie turn. But I also thought it was kind of a good example too of OCD and things like that. The main character was very superstitious, and she would always check the front door, and she believed, you know, if she didn't nail something to a tree, then the house wasn't safe, things like that. I thought that that was an interesting representation of that. But yeah, overall, good read. Not my favorite genre, but I'm trying to branch out, so I'm glad that I read this. It was a great intro before I start reading more spooky things. Before I jump into the Stephen King books, I'm finishing Order of the Phoenix and Night in the Moth. So I'm gonna finish those this week, and then next week I'm gonna dive into, I think I'm gonna read, actually I'll have you guys let me know. So in the comments, let me know if I should read 11, 12, 22, 63 first, or if I should read it first. I gotta look up too if there's a proper order, but I'm gonna start one of those the following week, and really excited about that. I'm gonna be making a video about that, reading scary books for the first time for summerween, and I'm really excited.